Thanks for assembling so early this morning in all our fine attire. Begin by reading our mission statement. New Philadelphia City Schools will provide all students the opportunity to achieve their highest potential to become educated, self-sufficient, and responsible citizens. We are committed to providing every student a diverse, quality education within a safe and secure environment through a dedicated, innovative, and highly qualified staff in partnership with parents and the community at large. If you'll stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll.
Mr. McMath?
Yeah, here.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Present.
Mrs. Schrock?
Here.
Fontana is absent this morning. We have a quorum.
Do you have a recommendation to approve the agenda of the special meeting of education?
So moved.
Rick, a second?
I'll second.
Any changes?
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Go ahead.
So I'm asking you for approval of a resolution providing the issuance and sale of current tax revenue notes, Series 2324, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $2 million.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any questions for Julie?
I'd like to provide a little bit of an explanation if you don't mind. So what happens in January, and this happens to many schools, we get our tax revenue in July and August because taxpayers are paying their home taxes beginning in July. And then we get a settlement in early September. Same thing happens again in January. In January, we get tax payments beginning January, February, and in March, we get our settlement. Well, this year, the tax bills didn't go out until, at the county level, until about February 17th. So as they start collecting, well, there's not enough money in their coffers yet for us to pull in advance. And by the time we reach January, tax and foundation money are about 85% of our total revenue. We start needing that money. This is going to provide us an extra time while they're collecting tax revenue for us to keep operating expenses and make sure everything's payable. Is there any questions?
The anticipated, when do you anticipate us to be able to be good on the note?
We'll pay that back in March as soon as we get our tax payment. So the board has to vote for me to be able to pay that back. So what I'm thinking I might want to do is put it on the February agenda saying that I'm allowed to pay it back as soon as I receive the tax settlement. So I don't have to wait for the March meeting.
Are we allowed to amend this to say that when you do, we can just do it all in one
I
resolution?
believe you have to adopt this resolution before I can have it.
Okay, you
Motion
can't
to-
add it to it. Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine? Motion carries. The second item is approval of resolution declaring an urgent necessity exists and authorizing the execution of a contract with Dover Tank and Plate Company outside of statutory competitive building procedures for the stadium bleacher replacement.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
I'll move.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
What will be, is there any idea of what the cost is going to be, or are they going to have to?
We wrote the resolution for a maximum of $400,000. The expected cost is about $332,000. The $400,000 allows me to do change orders should something come up that they're not prepared for.
This like, I'm assuming structural weaknesses, it's,
Yes, so where the press box is on the home side, that whole section that goes up, we had an evaluation of it, and it's been declared unsafe for anybody to be on. And so what they're gonna do is they're gonna tear that whole side down, redo the foundation, because that foundation is all sand right now, and then they're gonna build it all back up. The reason it's an urgent necessity is the lead time on the steel is about 12 weeks. And so we have to get this rolling so that they can get the steel.
are they gonna reuse, dumb question perhaps, are they gonna reuse the original brick so that it looks correct, or are they gonna have to use new brick?
Bricks won't be disturbed. This is the bleacher part up
This
in
is
the
the higher
air.
part, yeah.
Yeah.
However, we will be reusing the bleachers themselves, or this project would go to around $1 million.
Okay.
The joints for all the structural steel underneath, if you look at them, they're all degraded, they're all rusting, and, so they're gonna take all that down and put new steel up,
So the
basically.
public is not going to notice, when it's all done, they're not gonna notice it like, wow, isn't that nice? It's the same as if we have to rewire our house.
Correct.
I mean, I guess they would if they peeked in,
That's true.
right?
Is this a time and material? Is that how you're planning on doing it? As a time and material? Okay. I think in this case, using our local vendors, it'll save us money by doing time and material, just as a, yeah, if we give them an open $300,000, $400,000, they're gonna take the whole 400. If you do time and material, they'll have to show us where they're doing there. And I think that's good on the change orders
Yeah.
and stuff we can do. Because you never know what's underground, and they're gonna redo the footer, they have to redo footers, so. So that's, I just wanted to make sure it was a time and material, not just a price that they gave you and this is it.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. And Dover Tank and Plate will be the
Right.
construction. And then they're subbing to one of our local construction
Yes,
people who have done a lot of work over at the stadium. So they've already calculated their labor and the materials they'll have in it. So I already know what that amount is. They're saying that's about $225.
okay, that's good.
Dover Tank and Plate is the one where it's kind of iffy because of all the steel.
Well, though, I have a lot of faith in Dover Tank and Plate. The Lawlesses have been very community-minded in all their projects they've done for both Dover and New Philadelphia. So that's good to know that they're going to be steering the ship on this one.
I agree.
Anything else, gang?
All my questions were answered.
Great. Call the roll.
Mrs. Schrock? Yes. Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Do I have a
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Dan's not here.
Or Dan?
I'll move to adjourn.
Thank you.
Take over the
I'll take
adjournment.
I'm the next old one now.
Call the roll.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
We are adjourned.